Was it me you were looking for? Let's get to it. Hanging with Beat Drop Podcast, episode 148. How you doing? I hope you're having a magnificent day. And if you have not checked out episode 147, go check it out. It's a good one. We talked about meaningful relationships. We talk about how important it is to, invest in your relationships, appreciate the relationships. But what I want to get into today, there's a teaching moment in everything. One of the best things I've ever heard. A smart person learns from his mistakes, but a wise person learns from other people's mistakes. Bars. Trial and error is important. I think that it's good to learn from your mistakes. You got to go through adversity. That's inevitable. But I think there's something beautiful when you talk to other people and how you could have this mindset where there's a teaching moment in every conversation. I like going on walks in the morning sometimes. And I was having a conversation with an older gentleman. And as I walked away from that conversation, I was just thinking about how there's so much wisdom in older folks. I think at a younger age, people try to put you on game. You're just like, oh, I'm doing me. I don't want to pay attention. But I really enjoy talking to older folks. They offer so much wisdom. Sometimes when you have conversations with them, whether it's regrets or just stuff that they've been through, they tend to talk about it right away. I go, damn, what can I learn from this? What can I gain from this conversation that helps me make decisions moving forward? Because they be dropping gems, whether it's about relationships or finances or just stuff that I currently think it matters right now. And they go, that's not going to matter in a few years. This is what really matters. There's so much to learn from other people's choices. And I think that's important to implement in our lives. I find life fun when every day I'm always like, okay, what can this teach me? What can I learn from this experience, this conversation? And I notice that helps me a lot. I think sometimes, what's that saying? They go like, life is not happening to you, it's happening for you. And I think that's a good way of seeing it, because it's a thing where sometimes some unfortunate circumstances just tend to happen. When I've shifted my mind to be like, okay, what can I learn from this? Or like, what is this trying to teach me? It puts me more in a proactive, more in an action-based type of situation rather than just kind of licking my wounds for too long. I honestly think it's important to mess up. I think I've always kind of had that, philosophy for me to be like, I gotta mess up. Like, you kind of have to learn from your mistakes, because if not, you don't learn. It's kind of like, when you were a kid and they'll tell you like, don't touch the stove because it's hot. And then you're like, oh, I don't want to listen. And then you touch it. Damn, that was hot. Then after that, you're like, all right, I'm not going to touch your stove. I feel like there's moments in your life where you need that. You just got to face it. But then there's other decisions where that's why I think it's so important to listen to these podcasts and to talk to people that been through it, that been through the trenches, that been through so much in their life, because what they have gone through in a matter of years, you could really like just compress that into a matter of seconds and be like, oh, that's a decision that would take me years to bounce back from. So that's why I personally like having conversations with so many different people and so many different ages, because everything always teaches me something. When I talk to older people, they really be putting me on where I'm like, damn, like whether it's relationship, whatever, it's like you could just tell that these people, that so many people got so much to offer. Sometimes I think people think they have to have a major following or influence in order to make an impact in your life, but I don't think that's true, because sometimes some of the best things that I've heard have been from people that are not even, on social media or whatever. Just someone that you meet off the street could give you a gem, and you're like, damn, that's crazy. Like I remember my pops, he always tells me the story about how he was with my brothers and sister. I don't know if I was born yet, but how he was hanging out with his kids. And there was this dude, I think they were in front of 7-Eleven. He told my pops, like, hey, man, like, because I think my dad was probably, like, all stressed because my brothers and sister was, like, jumping around, doing all this crazy stuff. And he told my pops, like, hey, man, enjoy it right now, because time is going to go so fast where you're going to look back and be like, damn, like, I wish I would have treasured those moments more. And my dad always tells me that, and he goes, man, and he was right, because look, like, you guys are adults already, like, you guys are not kids anymore. And And I love that because who knows who that guy was. That wasn't something that there was no social media back then, but that wasn't like something that he saw from TV or anything. It was just a random person that dropped a gem on him, and he always kept that for himself. And I think that's powerful because there's a lot of times where you have random conversations with random ass people, and those things just hold so much value. There it is, man. I appreciate you guys' time. I appreciate you guys' energy. Go learn something. Go learn from all these amazing people that are out here, man, that got so much to offer. You guys stay blessed, stay amazing out here. Keep going, keep striving, praise your mind. Keep working on yourself. It's an endless journey, but enjoy the journey and set goals and get to it, man. Love y'all, man. Y'all take it easy. God bless. Peace.